In this video, we will learn about Java programming language, Java introduction, Java basic concepts and features. We'll start with Java basic concepts. We'll start with basics of Java. Why Java is important? There are mainly two reasons. Trouble with C, C++ language is that they are not portable and are not platform independent languages. Emergence of World Wide Web which demanded portable programs. Portability and security necessitated the invention of Java. Then history. Java was developed by James Gosling by Sun Microsystem, co-founder Vinod Khosla. It was earlier named Oak and then renamed Java on May 20th, 1995 by Sun World. Over the years there are JDK evolutions. The first JDK 1.0 came into January 23, 1996. Then JDK 1.1 on February 19, 1997. Then J2SE 1.2 on December 8, 1998. J2SE 1.3 on May 8, 2000. J2SE 1.4 on February 6, 2002. J2SE 5.0 on September 30th, 2004. Java SE6 on December 11, 2006. Java SE7 on July 28, 2011. Then there are basically three editions of Java. Firstly, J2SE, that is Java 2 Standard Edition. It is to develop client-side standalone applications or applet. Then J2ME, that is Java 2 Micro Edition. It is to develop applications for mobile devices such as cell phones. Then lastly J2EE, that is Java 2 Enterprise Edition. It is to develop server-side applications such as Java Servlets and Java Server Pages. Then the question arises, what is Java? General purpose object-oriented language. It is based on write once and run anywhere concept. Designed for easy web internet application. It has widespread acceptance. Then how Java is different from C language? The major difference is that C is a structure-oriented language and Java is an object-oriented language and has mechanism to define classes and objects. Java does not support an explicit pointer type. Java does not have preprocessor. So we can't use hash define, hash include and hash if definition statements. Java does not include structures, unions and enum data types. Java does not include keywords like goto, size of and type definition. Java adds labeled, break and continue statements. Java adds many features required for object-oriented programming. Then how Java is different from C++ language. There are features that are removed in Java which were present in C++ language. Firstly, Java doesn't support pointers to avoid unauthorized access of memory locations. Java does not include structures, union and enum data types. Java does not support operator overloading. Preprocessor plays less important role in C++ and so eliminated entirely in Java. Java does not perform automatic type conversions that result in loss of precision. Java does not support global variables. every method and variable is declared within a class and forms part of that class. Java does not allow default arguments. Java does not support inheritance of multiple superclasses by a subclass, that is multiple inheritance. This is accomplished by using interface concept. It is not possible to declare unsigned integers in Java. In Java, objects are passed by reference only. In C++, object may be passed by value or reference. Then there are some additional features that are added in Java. Firstly, multi-threading that allows two or more pieces of the same program to execute concurrently. C++ has a set of library functions that use a common header file, but Java replaces it with its own set of API classes. It adds packages and interfaces. Java supports automatic garbage collection. Break and continue statements have been enhanced in Java to accept labels as targets. The use of Unicode characters ensures portability. Then the features that differ Java from other languages like C++ are: though C++ and Java supports Boolean data type, C++ takes any non-zero value as true and zero as false. True and false in Java are predefined literals that are values for a Boolean expression. Java has replaced the destructor function with the finalize function. C++ supports exception handling that is similar to Java's. However, in C++, there is no requirement that a thrown exception be caught. Additional features like compiled and interpreted. Usually, a computer language is either compiled or interpreted. Java combines both these approaches, thus making Java a two-stage system. First, Java compiler translates source code into bytecode instructions. Then bytecode are not machine instructions. In the second stage, Java interpreter generates machine code that can be directly executed by the machine. In the diagram below, we can see how a Java program is being compiled and then interpreted. Java is platform independent and portable. The most significant feature of Java is its portability. Java programs can be easily moved from one computer system to another anywhere and at any time. It changes and upgrades in operating system, processor, system resources will not force any changes in Java programs. From the diagram, we can see how Java program is compiled and can be run on any platform. Now, the question arises, what is JVM? We'll do this in our next concept, what is JVM. First of all, we need to understand the concept of virtual machine. A virtual machine is a software implementation of a machine, for example, a computer, that executes programs like a physical machine. Virtual machines are separated into two major classifications: system virtual machine and process virtual machine. Then we come to the major concept, that is Java Virtual Machine, JVM. A JVM or Java Virtual Machine is a process virtual machine that can execute Java bytecode. JVM converts Java bytecode into machine language and executes it. JVM is platform independent. JVMs are available for many hardware and software platforms. JVM gives Java the flexibility of platform independence. Here is a diagram to show the working of JVM. It takes Java source code. With the help of Java compiler, it converts source code into bytecode. Then the bytecode is loaded into Java virtual machine, and with the help of Java interpreter, it is transferred to computer operating system. Then the diagram to show how class loader subsystem, stack, garbage collected heap, method area register and execution engine works. Then the key concepts like class loader. All Java virtual machines include one class loader that is embedded in the virtual machine. Class loader loads Java classes into Java virtual machine. Java loader reads bytecode and creates the instance of java.lang.class. Execution engine. The execution engine helps JVM to convert bytecode into machine code. A mechanism responsible for executing the instructions contained in the methods of loaded classes. Stacks stores various method arguments and local variables of any method. There are three registers that help in stack manipulation: raw register, frame register, op-chop register. Then there are three sections in stack: local variable, execution environment and operand stack. In the local variable, this section contains all local variable being used by current method. Execution environment execution section is used to maintain the operation of stack itself. And operand stack is used as a workspace by bytecode instruction. In the method area, in this area where bytecode is placed, the program counter points to the next instruction in the method area. After the execution of an instruction, JVM set PC to next instruction. Garbage collected heap. The object in Java program are stored in garbage collected heap. Arrays in Java program are objects, hence they also stored in heap. Java does not have a free operator to free any previously allocated memory. Java done this automatically by garbage collection mechanism. Then we move on to other basic concepts like JRE. JRE is short form for Java Runtime Environment. Java Runtime Environment contains JVM, class libraries, and other supporting files. It does not contain any development tools such as compiler, debugger, etc. Then JDK. JDK is short for Java Development Kit. It physically exists. It contains both JRE plus development tools. From the diagram, we can see how JDK has JRE as well as JVM and other development tools, example JavaC, that is a Java compiler, Java used for Java runtime, other files, set of libraries, and lastly JIT. JIT is just-in-time compiler, is the part of Java virtual machine that is used to speed up the execution time. JIT compiles parts of the bytecode that have similar functionality at the same time and hence reduces the amount of time needed for compilation. Then we move on to our next concept, that is features of Java. Java has many features including Java is simple, Java is secure, Java is portable, Java is object oriented, Java is robust, Java is multi-threaded, Java is architecture neutral, Java is interpreted, Java's performance, Java is distributed, and lastly Java is dynamic. We will do all the features one by one. Firstly, Java is simple. Java is easy to write and more readable and eye-catching language. Java has a concise, cohesive set of features that makes it easy to learn and use. Most of the concepts are due from C++, thus making Java learning simpler. Java is secure. Java program cannot harm other system, thus making it secure. Java provides a secure means of creating internet applications. Java provides secure way to access web applications. Java is portable. Java programs can execute in any environment for which there is a Java runtime system. We have already done JVM. Java programs can be run on any platform, for example, Linux, Windows, Mac. Java programs can be transferred over World Wide Web. Example, applets, which are Java application program. Java is object-oriented. Java programming is object-oriented programming language. Like C++, Java provides most of the object-oriented features. Java is pure object-oriented programming language, while C++ is semi-object-oriented language. Java is robust. Java encourages error-free programming by being strictly typed and performing runtime checks. Multi-threaded. Java provides integrated support for multi-threaded programming. Java is architecture neutral. Java is not tied to a specific machine or operating system architecture. Machine independent, that is, Java is independent of hardware. Java is interpreted. Java supports cross-platform code through the use of Java bytecode. Bytecode can be interpreted on any platform by JVM. Then Java's performance. Bytecodes are highly optimized. JVM can execute them much faster. And lastly, Java is distributed. Java was designed with the distributed environment. Java can be transmitted, run over internet. Java is the first language to use internet for developing applications. And last, Java is dynamic. Java programs carry with them substantial amounts of runtime type information that is used to verify and resolve accesses to objects at runtime. Now the question arises, where Java is used? Java has so many features. According to Sun Microsystem, 3 billion devices run Java. There are many devices where Java is currently used. Some of them are as follows: desktop applications such as Acrobat Reader, Media Player, Antivirus, etc. Second, web applications such as irctc.co.in, etc. Third, enterprise applications such as banking applications. Fourth, mobile. Fifth, embedded system. Sixth, smart card. Seventh, robotics. And last, games, etc. Then, types of Java applications. There are mainly 4 types of applications that can be created using Java. First is standalone application. It is also known as desktop application or window-based application. An application that we need to install on every machine, such as media player, antivirus, etc. AWT and Swing are used in Java for creating standalone application. Then, web application. An application that runs on the server side and creates dynamic page is called web application. Currently, Servlet, JSP, Struts, JSF, etc. technologies are used for creating web applications in Java. Third is enterprise application. An application that is distributed in nature, such as banking applications, etc. It has the advantage of high-level security, load balancing, and clustering. In Java, EJB is used for creating enterprise applications. And the last one is mobile application. An application that is created for mobile devices. Currently, Android and Java ME are used for creating mobile applications. Here is the small program to show Java programming language. This is a program to print Hello World. First we will make a class. We'll name the class. Then we'll use public static void main for the execution, and then system.out.println will print the message Hello World. The output will be Hello World. Then the question arises, where is Java used? It is used in the web application development. For example, the net applications, the websites. Second, Android application development like apps in the phone. Then big data analytics and other software tools as well as development tools. Then we have the advantages of Java. Java is a learning curve. It is an object-oriented programming, or we can say it's a pure object-oriented programming language which has rich APIs, powerful open source rapid development tools, open source libraries, free community support. With some advantages, we also have disadvantages of Java. Java's compiler is not well optimized yet compared to C++. There is no separation of specification from implementation. Memory management with Java is little expensive. The lack of templates can limit the availability of Java to create high-quality data structures. One can find some bugs in browsers and example programs. So, there are reasons to learn the Java. Firstly, its popularity. Nowadays, everywhere Java programming language is used. It has many job opportunities as well, diversification and easy to learn. Various uses are the reason to learn Java. Now we'll discuss Java applications. We can develop two types of Java programs: standalone applications, web applications, that is applets. Applications versus applets. Now we will see what are applications and what are applets. Different ways to run a Java executable are application. An application is a standalone program that can be invoked from command line. A program that has a main method. Applet. A program embedded in a web page to be run when the page is browsed. A program that contains no main method. Then, application can be executed by a Java interpreter, and applet are Java enabled web browser. Java and World Wide Web. Now we'll see relationship of Java with the internet. turning the web into an interactive application delivery platform. Now, the question arises, what is World Wide Web? Web is an open-ended information retrieval system designed to be used in the Internet wide distributed system. It contains web pages created using HTML. HTML is Hypertext Markup Language that provides both information and controls. Unlike a menu-driven system where we are guided through a particular direction using a decision tree, the web system is open-ended and we can navigate to a new document in any direction. What is World Wide Web? Web is an open-ended information retrieval system designed to be used in the Internet wide distributed system. It contains web pages created using HTML. HTML is Hypertext Markup Language that provides both information and controls. Unlike a menu-driven system where we are guided through a particular direction using a decision tree, the web system is open-ended and we can navigate to a new document in any direction. Next we have web structure of information navigation. Basically, this structure tells us how we are interlinked, how information is shared, searched, navigate through different nodes and ports from different users all over the world, how we are integrated, interconnected. With web as a delivery vehicle, we can do searches like book reviews, food reviews, interview, local legend, myth. We can search, we can read newspaper, we can solve puzzles, we can check different recipes, and even we can upload, we can search for any song lyrics. We can watch TV, reviews, cartoons, any greeting card or postcard. We can search for jobs, we can search for the job description, the remedies, local remedies, news analysis, any questionnaire for particular topic. What are the people view regarding a particular subject or current situation, news. We can check out any sports page. We can use anything. We can check for the descriptions. For students, they can check, search any topic. Children below the age of 10, we can search the rhymes, fairy tales for them. We can make grocery list. We can search for the jokes, what local folklore says. We can solve a particular problem. We can cite quotations, set up schedules, check for the superstitions. Even we can put our ad. We can check for the advertisement of anything to a nearby area, being it salon, schools, restaurants, etc. Flora, fauna of a particular area, how to go to pages, check for the local restaurants menu. Even we can watch movie critic to check response of a particular movie. Then the protest signs, any real estate notices, any important one. We can check for the traffic rules. Even we can create awareness, inform students regarding that. And any advertisement like wanted posters. So we can do anything on web. Web considered as a really good, important delivery vehicle. So this was the web as a delivery vehicle. Then we can check for the execution of applets. How applets are executed in Java. First of all, in the diagram, as you can see, applet development, hello.java at sun.com. Then second, this goes to web server, the hello.class. Then we create applet tag in HTML. So after first step, creating the hello world program and saving it with .java extension, and then we converted. Third, we create applet tag in the HTML document. Then access, and lastly the browser creates a new window and a new thread and then runs the code. So from the diagram you can see how applet program is first created, compiled, interpreted and run on computer screen with the help of internet. We've created this applet program, we got the output hello. So this was basically the execution of applet, how applets are executed and run over the internet. So next is significance of downloading applets. First of all, it is interactive, World Wide Web, flashy animation instead of static web pages. Applets react to users' input and dynamically change. Display of dynamic data in applets is easy. World Wide Web has relation with Java as more than a document public medium. You can publish various documents, and the following link is given for developing applet program. Now the question arises, what is the power of Java with the web? It can deliver application, not just information. Means we can deliver application, internet-based application. It eliminate porting, eliminate end user installation / software distribution cost, reach millions of customers instantly. Next is our Java Development Kit, short for JDK. And what all we have in Java Development Kit, let's check out. Firstly, Java C. Java C is a Java compiler which is used to compile Java program. Then Java, which is basically Java interpreter, used to run Java program. Java C and Java are most important Java development kit. Apart from that, we have JDB, Java Debugger, which is used to debug any bugs in the program. Then we have Applet Viewer. This is the tool to run applet. Applets are basically application to run over internet. Then Java P. This is used to print Java bytecodes. Then Java Prop, which is a Java profiler. Java Doc, It is a documentation generator used to generate documents in Java. Then Java H, it creates C header files. Like in C, C++, we have header files, we have libraries. In this we have Java H for header files. So this was our Java development kit. Next we will discuss about Java environment. As we have discussed the Java development kit, we will move to how Java programs are run. It's the process of building and running Java programs. First of all, program we write in the text editor like any notepad. Then the source code with the help of Java document converts to HTML files. Java C is a Java compiler that takes the source code and provide to the class file. From the diagram, we see how we compiled, run, interpreted, debugged Java program. We'll move to build our first Java program. We'll start with first making class. As Java is pure object oriented language, we need to make class hello world. We name the class hello internet. You can name class with any name. Then we write public static void main. In public static void main, string arguments basically is used for the execution of Java program. Public is an access specifier. Main is used for the execution. System.out.println is for printing. Now we will discuss meaning of each keyword used in the program. Class is mandatory. It is mandatory to use the word class before the beginning of a program. Then public static void main string arguments. The public keyword is an access specifier which indicates that the method being declared here should have public access, that is, anyone can invoke it, such as Java Virtual Machine. All Java programs must have at least one class that declares a public method named main. The JVM will start the execution of the program at the first statement of the main method and terminates execution after the last statement. Then keyword static allows main method to be called before an object of the class has been created. This is necessary since main method is called by the JVM before any objects are made. It should be noted that since it is static, it can be invoked directly from a class. Then void is a type modifier that indicates that the main method being declared does not return a value. String argument. The argument string is the only parameter in the main method. The string argument declares a parameter named argument which contains an array of objects of the class type string. The arguments receive any command line arguments present when the program is executed. Then the next statement, the output statement, system. It is the name of the standard class that contains object that encapsulates the standard input-output devices for the system. It is contained in the package java.lang. Since java.lang is imported in every Java program by default, therefore the java.lang is the only package in the Java API that does not require an import declaration. Then the object out represents the standard output stream, that is the command window, and is a static data member of the class system. To refer the out member of the system class, we simply write system.out. Then the last println method is the method of out object that takes the text string as an argument and displays it to the standard output, that is the monitor's screen. It then terminates the output line so that each call to println method displays its output on a new line. A method is invoked by supplying an object reference. In this case, we'll say it's system.out, and a method name println separated by dot. This demonstrates one way in which you can call a class method. The semicolon at the end of statement specifies that the statement is ended. Now we'll see program processing. First, the compilation. The Java C compiler compiles the program that we save with the name of the class. Here the name was hello, so we saved the program using the name hello.java. This results in hello internet.class. Now we'll do the execution. Execution is done with the help of Java interpreter that finally gives us the output hello internet. It also proceeds the information to Java debugger to check for any debug in Java program. If the program is error free, we'll get the output hello internet. which we write in double inverted comma. Next, we will see how to write simple Java applet. Simple Java applet program will begin with importing the applet from the applet package. Then we will import AWT package. After that, we begin with public class name hello world, which extends the package applet. Then public void paint graphics g dot drawstring hello world, and then the parameters we give 25. Now this was the applet program. Now, how to call an applet using HTML? We'll begin with HTML tag. Then we give the title hello world applet. Then the header hello world applet. The applet code we write hello world dot class, and we give the width and height 500. We close the applet tags we begin, and lastly we'll close the HTML tags we've started. This was the code HTML which we have written. Next is applet execution. How to execute an applet program? We'll write the applet in a window using browser. With the help of applet viewer, we'll get the output. So as you can see in this, we have compiled using the browser, and with the help of applet viewer, output is pasted. Then we have the links for different Java platforms for the Sun, IBM, DAG, SGI, HP, Linux, AT&T, Windows. These are the different platforms for the Java. As already discussed, Java is platform independent. You can write code once and run anywhere on any platform. Lastly, we summarized the Java has emerged as a general purpose object oriented language. It supports both standalone and internet applications. It makes the web interactive and medium for application delivery. It also provides an excellent set of tools for application development. And lastly, Java is ubiquitous. Java is platform independent, which is based on write once and run anywhere concept. So in today's video, we learned introduction to Java programming language. We've done what is Java, why it is called object-oriented language, how it is differ from other languages like C, C++, the features of Java, advantages, disadvantages over other languages as well as its own, and how to run Java program.